Hi everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into a common but often confusing Apex error. Method does not exist or incorrect signature in Apex.StandardSetController. This message can pop up when you're working with Visualforce pages and Apex controllers, and it basically means your code is trying to call a function that either doesn't exist on the StandardSetController object or isn't being called correctly. The StandardSetController is a powerful tool in Salesforce development. It helps you manage lists of records on Visualforce pages, enabling features like pagination, record selection, and navigation through data sets. Understanding this error is crucial for smooth development. When Apex tells you a method does not exist, it means the specific function name you've typed simply isn't available for the StandardSetController class. If it says incorrect signature, it means the function does exist, but you're trying to call it with the wrong number of arguments, or the arguments are of the wrong data type. Let's break down the most common reasons this error occurs and how you can fix them. First, always check for typos or misspellings. This is incredibly common. You might type getSelectRecords instead of getSelectedRecords, or miss a letter. Apex is very strict about method names. Always refer to the official Salesforce Apex documentation for the exact method name and use your Integrated Development Environment's IDE autocomplete feature. It's a lifesaver for catching these simple mistakes instantly. Second, remember that Apex is case-sensitive. GetRecords is not the same as GetRecords. Even a single uppercase or lowercase letter out of place will trigger this error. Be meticulous with your casing when calling methods. Third, verify your arguments and their types. Many methods require specific types of information to work correctly. For example, if a method expects a list ID, but you pass a single ID or a string, you'll definitely get an incorrect signature error. Always check the method's signature in the documentation to ensure your inputs match the required data types and are in the correct order. Fourth, ensure your StandardSetController is properly initialized. If your StandardSetController object hasn't been created or assigned a value, you're essentially trying to call a method on nothing. This can sometimes lead to this error, though a null pointer exception is also a possibility. Make sure you initialize your StandardSetController correctly, typically in your controller's constructor, like mySetController equals new Apex pages.StandardSetController, database.getQueryLocator, select ID from account, or mySetController equals new Apex pages.StandardSetController, myListOfRecords. Finally, confirm you're using the correct controller type. Salesforce has Standard Controller for single records and StandardSetController for lists of records. They have entirely different sets of available methods. You might be trying to use a method meant for a single record controller on a set controller, or vice versa. For instance, save is a method for standard controller while getRecords is for StandardSetController. Understand which controller you're working with and what methods are appropriate for it. By carefully reviewing these 5 points, you can debug and resolve this error quickly. It's often a small syntax issue or a misunderstanding of the method's requirements. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this explanation helps you overcome this common Apex challenge in your Salesforce development. If you found this useful, please hit the like button, share it with your fellow developers, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Salesforce development tips and tricks. See you next time.